BRAC, Base Realignment and Closure 2005, central to the greatest organizational change of the Army since World War II. With an investment of just under $18 billion, the Army's BRAC 2005 program is more than 3 times larger than all 4 previous BRAC rounds combined. BRAC 2005 provided an unprecedented one-time opportunity for reshaping how the Army trains, deploys, supplies, equips, and stations its soldiers, families, and civilian workers, thereby better supporting our combatant commanders with forces ready to confront the security challenges facing our nation today. As the key enabler of Army transformation, BRAC 2005 was fully synchronized with other Army stationing initiatives, returning forces from overseas, growing the Army, and converting from a division-based force to a modular brigade-based force. Across 43 states and Puerto Rico, you can see the results of 329 BRAC-funded major construction projects. These impact every aspect of Army operations, ranging from 4-star headquarters, training facilities, hospitals, industrial facilities, troop barracks, and soldier and family support facilities. All designed and constructed using leadership in energy and environmental design principles, resulting in facilities that both maximize operational efficiency and demonstrate the Army's commitment to sustainability principles.
We did this at a time when we needed to transform the Army, and then we had to do it while we were at war, and while we were changing the very structure of our Army, how we organized ourselves, how we mobilized ourselves, how we deployed ourselves. We were very successful at each of those factors, and I believe that BRAC also played a key part in setting us up for the future so that we could make those changes successful.
Those successes were the result of the Army establishing goals for BRAC 2005 that transformed both the active and reserve components, rebalanced the force, contributed to joint operations, accommodated the rebasing of overseas units, reduced cost, generated savings, and promoted the well-being of soldiers and their families. Every aspect of BRAC 2005 was designed to not only fit in with the changing Army, but to enhance its ability to meet its goals while providing a trained and ready force. BRAC created doctrinal and operational synergies by consolidating schools into centers of excellence and headquarters and other activities into joint or multifunctional installations to improve effectiveness and efficiency and control costs. You can see an example of this at Fort Bliss, where BRAC supported the relocation of the 1st Armor Division and other echelons above divisional units from overseas and transformed it from an institutional training installation to a major maneuver installation, avoiding overcrowding and overuse of training lands at other stateside maneuver installations. This BRAC makeover includes construction of 3 brigade combat team complexes, 1 combat aviation brigade complex, a division headquarters, 4 clinics, numerous ranges and training facilities, a gymnasium, 2 child development centers, a youth center, and also a new commissary. 4 Army commands, recruiting, accessions, cadet, and human resources, were co-located at Fort Knox, Kentucky, to create a new human resource center of excellence. This enterprise approach creates a center of excellence that improves life cycle management of military personnel. You can see it at Fort Lee, where the Sustainment Center of Excellence combines quartermaster, transportation, and ordnance training and doctrine development into an integrated center. Fort Lee also hosts the Joint Center of Excellence for Culinary Training and the Joint Center for Consolidated Transportation Management, which includes the Air Force Transportation Management School. Or at Fort Benning, where the Armor and Infantry Centers and schools have been consolidated to create a Maneuver Center of Excellence. And at Fort Jackson, now the home of the Consolidated Drill Sergeants Training School and the Center for Joint Religious Training. Another example is the Net Fire Center, which combines the Field Artillery and Air Defense Artillery schools at Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Combinations like these improve training and eliminate excess capacity while providing improved training at a reduced cost. BRAC 2005 created operational and functional command and control efficiencies by closing small single-purpose installations and relocating 4- and 3-star headquarters to multi-use installations that support the missions of those headquarters. This can be seen at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, where the Forces Command and U.S. Army Reserve Command headquarters are now located, along with the 18th Airborne Corps. It's also apparent at Joint Base Langley, Eustis, Virginia, where the Army relocated the Training and Doctrine Command headquarters, and Army Material Command headquarters was relocated to Redstone Arsenal, Alabama. It's all about enhancing mission readiness while creating efficiencies and promoting stewardship of taxpayer dollars. BRAC 2005 has produced efficiencies in the Army's logistics system by enabling the consolidation of the Army Material Command's footprint into 4 centers at Huntsville, Alabama, Rock Island Arsenal, Illinois, Warren, Michigan, and Aberdeen Proving Ground, Maryland. These AMC activity hubs will enable the command to be more agile and responsive to the future needs of the Army. BRAC 2005 has realigned the AMC industrial base by consolidating ammunition storage and maintenance and by reducing excess depot maintenance capacity and duplicative overhead. It has created new state-of-the-art facilities that enable collaboration and synchronization between research, development, engineering, acquisition, and sustainment elements, now co-located because of BRAC 2005. At Aberdeen Proving Ground, you'll find a brand new, powerful, state-of-the-art communications research and development center, which co-locates major elements that were formerly scattered at many sites around the country. This increases integration and coordination at every step, from R&D through test and evaluation and acquisition. BRAC 2005 transformed legacy medical infrastructure into premier, modernized joint operational medical facilities to include the Walter Reed National Military Medical Center at Bethesda, the San Antonio Regional Medical Center at Fort Sam Houston, and joint centers of excellence for chemical, biological, and medical research, development, and acquisition at Fort Sam Houston and Fort Detrick. BRAC 2005 also built 10 troop medical and dental clinics at impacted installations across the Army. Together, these state-of-the-art facilities will significantly improve all facets of military medicine and provide a higher level of medical care for our soldiers and families. Nowhere is this transformation more evident than at the Fort Belvoir Community Hospital. It's here that the Army's primary and secondary care will be provided for soldiers and their families in the Capital Region, in concert with the National Military Medical Center in Bethesda, where specialty care will be provided. Recipients will be the beneficiaries of world-class health care.
BRAC 2005 at Fort Belvoir boils down to $4 billion worth of construction. Ultimately, we basically transformed a 100-year-old installation into a 21st century platform for our military and our government to use. And we did it without compromising their mission as we were doing the construction.
BRAC 2005 also transformed the reserve components, reshaping command and control functions and force structure by disestablishing 10 Army Reserve Regional Readiness Commands and establishing 4 Regional Support Commands and 6 new deployable warfighting units.
In BRAC 2005, for the first time, we did more with the reserves and the National Guard. In fact, this is a key jointness feature of BRAC 2005. Is bringing the National Guard and the reserve units together.
BRAC 2005 relocated and consolidated National Guard and Army Reserve units from 211 Guard and 176 Reserve closures into 125 new Armed Forces Reserves centers. These centers will provide the capacity to meet current and future mission requirements and significantly improve joint training and readiness of reserve forces. The success of BRAC 2005 is not restricted to the installations themselves. It can be seen in the communities that surround the impacted installations. BRAC 2005 could not have been implemented without the support of communities affected by the program. The Army has always considered the communities around our installations as neighbors. BRAC 2005 extended the relationship with the communities with the infusion of new jobs and by increasing the revenue available to their tax base. BRAC construction also helped bring economic growth and jobs. Even the communities surrounding installations closed by BRAC 2005 have benefited by working with the Army to successfully redevelop the excess land. The Army made property conveyance a BRAC 2005 priority, and the result was an unprecedented conveyance of nearly half of the existing excess property by the end of the 6-year implementation window. In its successful execution of BRAC 2005, the Army has experienced an unparalleled recapitalization of its infrastructure. In addition to providing vastly improved facilities from which to train and work for decades to come, BRAC strengthened our enduring installations and their surrounding communities, thereby enhancing the well-being of our soldiers, their families, and the civilian workforce. The change was not easy. It was only possible with the support of the entire Army family, to include our partners in the communities. The vision of Army BRAC 2005 when it was initiated has been realized, and its legacy of accomplishment is one for which all can be proud. A transformed and rebalanced force, stationed in state-of-the-art facilities, able to support our nation whenever, however, and wherever needed.